apprentices, acolytes, and fellow lords, coming into the Dark Temple, visited by Mara Jade, Luke Skywalker, and Kyle Katarn, and so many of the Force sensitives like yourself. I am Lord Dagovere. And it's so good to see you, fam. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, we got so many people in the chat already. This was the first time, for the first time ever, I put my Discord link, or excuse me, I put my stream link inside the Discord, and Discord was like, yo fam, hold up. You have 30 people inside this Discord. I hope you know that you're notifying all 34 people when you at everyone. I was so, like, that was the first time Discord had warned me. I was like, wow, I can annoy this many people. That's so amazing. so I mean, like, that was really cool. Yo, can we get a one clap, baby? Let's go. Leon coming in the chat. Skywalker Academy, Bugsy the Gooner. So good to see you as always. And your man Papa, the Sheev Palpatine. Let's go, Turtle. Let's go, Turtle. You gotta. It's gotta be Daddy Sheev. Too many names. Let's go. Let's go, apprentices and acolytes, my friends. Man, I'm so glad you guys are here. So I don't know if you guys can see, but there's this thing inside the chat right now, and I don't know what this is. So it says, I don't know, it's showing your names, and then someone has like a crown next to it. I mean, you guys are always kings, you know, you all know that. You all know that by now. But, man, it's a lot of updates. A lot of going. So how y'all doing today, huh? I want this stream to be about bad Star Wars takes. I know we do hot takes every once in a while, but I want to hear, what do you think is a bad Star Wars take? Like the worst Star Wars takes of all time. I need to hear it. I want to know. Please invite your boy. I want to hear. I'll give you some bad Star Wars takes that I think that are like really bad Star Wars takes. And we'll get to that in a little bit, man. But yeah, guys, dude, let's go. Have you heard about the rumors? Have you heard about the rumors about Kenobi Season 2 in the works? I don't think it's a thing. I don't think it's a thing at all. I think it's completely made up. They were so adamant about it only being one season. It's not that I don't want a Season 2. It's just, for me, as you guys know, Kenobi is, like, by far the weakest Star Wars project I have seen. To me, it's weaker than The Acolyte. To me, it's weaker than The Last Jedi. And it's weaker because of the potential that it had. You're bringing back Hayden Christensen and Ian McGregor for the first time ever. Massive amounts of potential. But the way that show was executed, it just did not live up to anything. So that potential that it thwarted, I felt like, was just irredeemable. There's nothing, in my opinion, that could go against how much that show, to me, messed up. There's a lot of people that like it, especially the last two episodes, you know, which I like too. But to me, it's harder to look over the errors of that show for me because of Revenge of the Sith is my favorite movie. But if they do make a Season 2 of Kenobi, guys, they need to follow the novel. They need to follow the Legends novel, man. I think that novel is solid, and it fits perfectly intertwined into what they have created. Kenobi's still sitting there, he's watching over Luke Skywalker, and that novel goes over just Kenobi doing stuff. I do think that they probably should incorporate Commander Cody finding Kenobi. I think that would be amazing. We've already heard the rumors about how he was originally in the script. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's something that we need because Commander Cody's story, even in Legends, is like a mystery. So we got to get that. We got to get that going, man. Leon says, I hear bad Star Wars takes every day, unfortunately. Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure I've given some out too, but I understand. Dude, I can't tell you. So if you guys don't know, like, I usually go on Reddit quite a bit. If you're not on Reddit, I think Reddit is a very good source of information to see what type of fans there are. And what I mean by that is like good, bad, ugly. There's a lot of really interesting things that happen on Reddit, especially the official Star Wars. There's Star Wars EU, there's Star Wars books, there's Legends. There's a lot of really great Star Wars threads out there. And I'm on quite a bit of them, and I think I'm usually in like the 1%. of like contributors. Usually I have the little thing right there. But yeah, there's a lot of really interesting takes. I see a lot of repeats. There's always like someone will continuously regurgitate a topic just so they can get likes and karma. I really dislike it, but Leon says, "I really hope it happens." Oh, I also didn't. I also didn't hear Obi-Wan season 2 rumors. Also no, I didn't hear. Okay, so yeah, it's been. I think it started yesterday, and then there was a lot of people that were like, "Oh wow, looks like it looks like rent is due," and I was like, "All right, I don't really take any of the rumors seriously because the people that I previously worked with, they would know." And I've heard about a lot of unreleased projects that have yet to be announced or talked about. One of the ones that I always knew about, of course, was Visions, and then the other one that I knew about was the video game Zero Company. But I never knew the names. I just knew that it was going to be a tactical game, and people had already played it because they had brought everybody out. So I have not heard anything about Kenobi. That must be something that had just started. Maybe it's in production, because usually when something gets greenlit, that's when people know. But it can be in production for like a year, 2 years. And even when Kenobi had ended, people were still asking for a second season. So, I mean, it's Ian McGregor, bro. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi, Wait, I like this new XP thing in here. Yeah, you guys see that? I don't know what that is. I don't know if I implemented it. If it's annoying, let me know, man. Let me know. Also, by the way, you got look at the drip. Look at the drip. My Knights of Ren. My Knights of Ren right here, man. Give me the series. Give me the series. Give me the series. Give me the series. Give me the series right here. I always gotta rep the Knights of Ren, man. Skywalker Academy says, yeah, I think it's fake. It would be cool, though. I want to see Obi-Wan on Tatooine with his beef with Owen. I want to see that. But I also want to see the Tusken Raider conflict. I love that novel, man. That novel is so cool. The water taxes, like there's a lot of really interesting stuff that goes along with Obi-Wan Kenobi, his Eope, Crate Dragons, Darth Crate. There's a lot of really cool stuff. It's pretty sick. I really, really, really enjoy it. But I hope they do it. Leon says they should put the idea of the writer of Obi-Wan movie trilogy had, which Obi-Wan having a vision of finding a dark side Luke Skywalker. Interesting. Really crazy. That would be insane. I don't know how that would work. Back in 2019 or 18, I had talked about how there should be a Kenobi show. And this was back on my Twitch stream back in the day when I used to do that, because I was partnered on Twitch. I still am. I haven't used Twitch in a while, but I'm partnered on Twitch. Yeah, thank you, Leon. Appreciate it. And I gave 5 scenarios on what a Kenobi show should be about, and none of them was Darth Vader. The first one was Crate, that I wanted to see. I wanted to see the novel basically start. The second one was Darth Plagueis. Darth Plagueis wasn't dead. Darth Plagueis was never dead. And he was the one coming for Luke Skywalker. That was the whole plot. Everybody was coming to basically abduct Skywalker, because he was the chosen one, and everybody knew this. The other one was Mace Windu. The other one was Mace Windu. Because Mace Windu had become a radical and felt like he needed to end the Skywalker line, because he feared what Anakin did, and he feared Luke would do something even worse. So Mace Windu was coming to kill Luke Skywalker. Yeah, and so that's what I thought. And then I also did, I can't remember, I did Quinlan Voss and Mother Talzin, I think. It was something weird. But I don't know, man. I think it'd be really cool just to have Kenobi on Tatooine and just protecting. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a Kenobi series with just Kenobi looking out and playing patrol and doing things and trying to make sure nothing crazy happens to Tatooine. Because there's a lot of crazy stuff there too, man. I really enjoyed that. I think that'd be a really good season. I think that should have been the first season, honestly, and should have been a spiritual journey of Kenobi searching for things and reconnecting with the Force after having so much defeat and failure. I really feel like that would have been a great show, but that's just me. Hello there, so good to see you. Everybody, welcome. Hello there with a Ready Up and Imperial Activity. Welcome to the stream, fam. So good to see you guys. We're going to be talking about bad Star Wars takes today. So if you guys have any bad Star Wars takes, please get ready. Bring them all in. We're going to be talking about that in a little bit. Yeah, the EXP stuff is really interesting. I don't mind it being like Twitch. I don't have a problem with it. I think Twitch does a lot of really good things for chat and keeping everybody, especially the chat, like entertained with the emotes and everything. I have emotes. I need to find them. I don't know where they are, but I had Discord emotes. I have. Wait, maybe I can show you guys. Do you guys want to see the emotes that I have? We could probably use them for the Discord because I know a lot of people were talking about the Discord. But would you guys mind taking a look at these? These were things that I had commissioned from an artist a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And I think you guys might enjoy them. Could be me, I could be wrong, but I would like to, at the very least, show you guys how it would look. Okay, so alright, let me see here. Alright, so let's do this. We'll do the scene, yeah. Okay, so hang on, let me see, one second. Let me see, one second. I'm trying to get this right. I want to make sure that I am... Where's the thing? 1 second, guys. What the flip? I'm trying to figure this out. I'm such a boomer now sometimes. All right. So we have BB-8 or BB-9. Oh, you can't even really see that. Damn, dude. So yeah, we have BB-9. All right, and I love BB-9. BB-9 is cute as hell. But I'm going to go down like everything. So these were the cheers, all right? And we had a whole bunch of different things. It was like certain levels. So if you cheered like whatever bits or whatever, you would get this in the chat. And that would kind of be your badge. But I don't know if YouTube can do that as well. But I was just thinking at the very least putting these inside the Discord so people can have them. So this is Commander Cody, right? Cody's cool. This is your generic stormtrooper that we have. This is Phasma. This is the Republic Commando. Yes, sir. This is the Death Trooper. This is the First Order TIE Pilot. This is the 501st. This is the Royal Guard, baby. This is the Praetorian Guard. This is Commander. No, just kidding. It's Captain Rex. This is Jango the Legend. This is... Oh, wait, no, sorry. The first thing I showed you was the First Order Stormtrooper. This is Phasma. I apologize. And then you got the Fett Man, the Boba the Fett. Oh, wait. But wait! There's more! We got Mithral Naruto coming in. My boy, Thrawn. And then we have... Yes, it is I. I am an emote. And that's just the cheer stuff, guys. We still have other stuff too. So there were other ones. So like if you subbed, you would get like actual badges. And so this was Vader. And so this was my boy Kylo Ren. this was Maul. And then we got Treya. Whoo! We're my old Republic fans inside the chat. And then we got Darth Revan. So, I mean, dude, I was going ham back in the day with this stuff, but I didn't have a community that was invested into Star Wars as like everybody. Now, like, you all are the community that I've always wanted. But back then, I was like streaming Pokemon, and I was getting like 80 views per stream. But I love Pokemon. But man, like, it's my heart is Star Wars. You know, it's my love. But that's how it is. Then we have the Lord Dagovere, by the way, Lord Dagovere emote. And I'll show you why this is important, because this is the ready up. So when someone would join, you would be like, oh, ready up, wow, 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 so cool. And then we have the unlock the knowledge for the holocron. The knowledge, right? And you guys usually can see that sometimes. Where's my... Wait, where's the thing? Is it on the camera? Oh, there it is. Yeah, if you look to the bottom, left of it? Yeah, the bottom left of the screen, you can see the holocron hovering. So, your boy was always kind of ready to go. Yo, Ryoko, so good. I'm here. I've been waiting for this. Yeah, let's go. Yo, I've been waiting for this. Yes. Yeah, everybody, welcome Ryoko with the ready up. Yes, the entire Senate. Yes, I was actually reading that again in the novel today. So the ready up stuff is really interesting, okay? Because, of course, that goes with my character, the Lord Dagovere stuff, which is a character that I created and I commissioned, and I wanted to show you guys, like, how important, like, when I say apprentices and acolytes and all this stuff, like, it really means, like, there's, like, whole lore to it, you know? So in my head, we're all a part of this legion, right? And I gotta show you guys... Oh no! Oh no! Now we're going on. We're going on Facebook. We're going on Adobe Photoshop. I hate, like, when I'm just trying to upload. I'm just trying to bring up the photo. I'm just trying to bring up the photo, and it always does stuff like that. Okay. All right, hang on 1 second. Let me try this again. Let's re-roll that. Open with photos. Okay. So. This is actual Lord Dagovere. This is the Master of Suffering. This is the Fanatic of Failure. All right? And so when you see that character... Hang on. So that's supposed to be that. So you guys probably didn't realize. But that's the whole point. That's the character. I've had that for a while. Anything that I'm doing that's Dagovere is supposed to be this character. So if you see that on YouTube, that's like my actual like YouTube PFP. Same thing with like TikTok and Instagram. But very, very, yeah, no, it's I spent months creating this character with John Burns, who is an incredible artist, has worked on a few projects himself. He's a director. He's a very talented individual. But yeah, we made a character that was really interesting. It wasn't just I did it again, guys. It wasn't just like for like everything. There's supposed to be a whole story behind this thing, so it's always been really fun to use the character, to enjoy the stuff. This is more of what the character is supposed to look like in person. Yeah, it's fire. I know what I'm doing, usually. I mean, I know I sound like a fool, but, like, I developed everything, man. I made the emblem, was literally there, like, in talking, like, what I wanted him to look like. He's supposed to have this, like, dragon-like saber. Yeah, dude, so it was really interesting. Mind you, this was created before Rise of Skywalker had come out, and the yellow lightsaber was, like, everything. Shoot. It's better than my design. Hey, man, honestly, it doesn't matter. Like, I could have did this on Paint, MS Paint, and it would have been terrible. I just was very dedicated to finding people. You know, the helmet looks... Like I would open it with, yeah, dude, I love it. I took a while to really tell him. And then the character also has Royal Guards. So when we mod people in the community, this is what I envision you guys to be. Is Royal Guards, like something like this, but probably with the saber. I would probably update it, but because these are like 6 years old. But there is a lot. So you have the nice little logo. You can always tell who's with who on this. I want to see your custom built like that, dude. I swear to God, I will try one day, man. I will try, definitely. Then we have the Vanguards, which are really cool, which I always enjoyed. Yeah, it's basically you guys. So, and plus, I was telling him that I wanted something from Star Wars and Halo, because I'm a big Halo fan as well. Yeah, dude, isn't it sick? Yeah, so it's all really cool stuff. John Burns was amazing, and can we be Force user? Hell yeah, boy, hell yeah, man. See, that was the one thing I hadn't done, is I hadn't done like acolytes, you know, or apprentices or lords. They all were very expensive, man, but it's all there, man. Trust me. You know, maybe the thing was too is like when the community got large, I wanted to like, hey guys, this is what we have, and then inspire others to create their own art, create their own characters, you know? Like, hey, this is the colors, this is the logo, and now you guys go out as if like you're the knights of Lord Dagovere or something, you know? The disciples of Dagovere and the Dark Temple, you know? Like some Frieda Nat shit, you know? Yeah, dude. We could use the Force to guide your aiming so we never miss. Sheesh! Yeah, not one day. Do it soon. Yeah. Okay, curious. Does he have a droid or anything like HK? So, he was a commander. And all right, so basically what the story is the character is a couple thousand years old. And I took the idea of Zion, where Zion obviously doesn't die because he's filled with so much hatred. But Lord Dagovere, or his actual name is Daralt Severe, he is all about failure. And he believes that if you can fail so many times, infinitely, then if you're shown this many times to fail, you will eventually understand how to succeed, because you would have thought of every possible way to lose. And very similar to how Bane is fighting on Korriban in the Sith Academy. It's like he was very terrible at things. He was terrible at everything. My character, right? And the way that he got better was getting his ass whooped. He just took every single punch. How hard, every angle, up, down, side, you know, from losing in battles, you know, maybe getting his arm chopped off, getting stabbed, you know, and it was his resolve was his suffering and his failure. And that he no longer wanted to fail, but he had to keep failing to understand how to succeed. And so that is what the character is supposed to be, because he grew up in the time that there was acolytes, which were slaves, and he was forced into that slavery. And so his idea of freedom is eliminating everybody that had to do with that hierarchy. And so that's why he creates an army, and he's finding other failures. He's just searching the galaxy for other failures. And that's why he has admirals too. Very similar to like the Final Order, I guess, but it's where there's no super weapons here, you know. But yeah, that's as far as I got with it. I just really wanted to continue to create the character and flesh out the character, and that's why I ended up getting Burns to, at the very least, create the face of the character, because I think that's really important. I think all Sith Lords and all villains need to have aura, and that's what I was trying to get, was aura. So when we say inside the Dark Temple, that is his domain. Where he's coming from, that's where he is. You know, and so that's the whole thing. You know, but of course, it's just some shit I say. So I'm not a writer or anything, but I just love Star Wars, and I imagine a lot of things. And you guys could see how much care I put into the execution of this stuff. So yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. Wow, the hatred made him immortal. And it was more so like he's not immortal. Like, he's not immortal. He just hasn't let go yet. You know, and that's what I loved about Sion. Was that Sion wasn't immortal. He just finally just decided to let it go. Because ultimately I feel like being an asshole is a choice. Being a nice person is a choice. But there's a difference between like genuine niceness and genuine assholism, you know? And very similar to how we always talk about, you know, the dark side, the light side, and, you know, the light side represents selflessness and the dark side represents selfishness, and it's a drug. It's very similar to playing into that. But that character is supposed to represent like this neutrality, and it has nothing to do with like a gray Jedi. Nothing to do with a gray Jedi. It's this neutrality of what is right and what is wrong. And if he has to succumb to the dark side to destroy this terrible fascist company, then he's going to do that. It doesn't matter if this person that's working there is a good person and it's their first day. Everybody's getting got and dropped because they're guilty by association, you know? And that was the whole character, to show people, like, it does not matter, like, what your view is. There's still an opportunity for you to have good intentions and fuck up the world, you know? And that was supposed to be his failure. And he's supposed to come to the epiphany that even what he thought was the right way was wrong, you know? And that's where he ultimately stops. So yeah, it's really cool. And it's supposed to be a lot about knowledge, but that's why I love the character, you know, because knowledge is power, you know, not mindless bullshit. David Torres in the chat, it's so good to see you. Phantom Mendez, let's go. Yo, can I get a ready up for the legend inside the chat? Let's go. Skywalker County said, that's deep. Yeah, it's all about it, man. Absolutely. Ryoko says, wow, excellent lore building. I wonder Ryoko Saibot, my character versus Lord Dagovere. Let's go. Let's go. My guy will intentionally lose on purpose. It's so interesting. How could he lose? How could he win and lose? You never know. You never know, man. It's so interesting. It's so crazy that it kept him alive for so long. Yes. Hatred is a powerful drug. So is vengeance. That's what did them all. Skywalker Academy said, yeah, right, yeah. Which timeline is he in? He's in whatever, you know, like, it's, I see the Star Wars timeline as like the whole thing. There's certain stories that can't exist anymore, but Old Republic, Bane trilogy, things like that, Tales of the Jedi comics, that's still in my head canon. I don't see how that's not canon. They have not replaced that yet, you know? There's no direct substitute for it, so all those things are a part of the lore that he's a part of. Phantom Mendez says, we should write audio dramas. Hell yeah, man. If you actually need someone to voice act too, I actually have that experience. And narrating. I legitimately have that experience. So, I mean, I'm not going to be able to, like, make different accents and stuff. You know, like different countries. I do not have that. But I have taken classes from actors to how to project my voice and narrate stuff, which I've done officially with some commercials too. So, I'm freaking down, man. Thank you so much! Thank you. Well, good for us, because your boy is also a published... Well, you know where I live. I mean, you don't know, but, you know where my YouTube channel is. And my Discord. So let's frickin' go. Who would you want to play the character, yourself or someone else? What's his name? What's his name? What's Loki's character? What's Loki's name? Loki actor. Yeah, Tom Hiddleston. I think our features scrawny tall men with weird, you know, hair, you know. Hi, I'm Loki, son of Asgard, you know. I appreciate that. Obviously, people always want people to resemble them that they think resemble them. I'm definitely like dollar store Adam Driver with my glasses off. So I would probably, and since Adam Driver is Kylo Ren, I would probably do that. You know, definitely. Heard we might get Obi-Wan Season 2. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier in the stream, fam. I'm not sure if it's true, but if it is, I want to see them follow the novel. And I think that you can incorporate Commander Cody into that too. If he was actually in those scripts that they took him out of, I think that's the way to go. No more Vader, just straight up Kenobi on Tatooine, handling business. Let's go. Tom Hiddleston, yes, exactly, Leon, yes. Intentionally lose, being a Mandalorian, later a Jedi, exactly looks like my PFP power and control lightsaber with a green blade. Let's go. Red and gray Mandalorian armor. Dude, that sounds awesome. I used to wear that type of color when I played Halo back in Halo 2 and 3. It was always steel and red. Oh my god. Oh, well, that is a lie. Sorry, it was steel and yellow. And then I took I don't know if you guys have seen this, I took the Hawk emblem in Halo 2, which was the New Mombasa Police, I think it was, and I made the back black, and I made the bird gold, and then I was Batman, because I love Batman. So, I love Batman and Superman. I'm a big DC guy, not the movie stuff, but you know. Yeah. Yeah, man. Leon says, everyone's been fan casting him as young Palpatine. I want to see Matt Smith. Matt Smith is the guy. Matt Smith is Dark Empire Sidious to me. Like, but young Palpatine, I don't know. I don't know if he could play young Palpatine now. He's getting old. He's 40. He's 40. Yeah. Hello there. You should voice him. Wow. Thank you so much. I have. Oh my god. I forgot to tell you guys, I did voice him. I forgot to tell you guys, I did voice him. Let me see. Oh my god. So, I freaking made... Remember when I was showing you the videos back in the day? Do you guys remember that? I had made tributes, like long tributes. And let me see if I can find it. One second, guys. One second. Hang on. Damn it, man. You guys just gave me a huge blast of the past, bro. Let me see if it's here. It's Eclipse Community, Jedi Academy, whatever. Just thoughts. Ready Up News, Dark Temple. No. One second. Hang on. No, what is... Man, I remember... Oh, dude, I do not know. I have it. I actually have it. Like, I have it. The Reclamation. The Reclamation. Okay. Give me 1 second, okay? Okay. All right, hang on. Okay. All right. So, I made this a while ago. Okay? And the character that I was telling you about is narrating the whole thing. Okay? So, yeah, this was a really, like, personal video, too. But there's a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff in this, so we'll just watch a little bit. We won't watch the whole thing. Okay, but I will at least show you the voice. Yo, no problem, Trent. Thanks so much for coming in. Ready up, fam. All right, so we'll watch this really quick, okay? Let me know if it's too loud.
It is the graveyard of the past, where you lost everything. It is the dark place in your mind that still echoes of failure.
In every shadow of your past.
That's the voice.
Every glimpse of your future. I linger.
Mind you, I was a Halo and Star Wars channel back then.
Once you have filled your purpose, you will be swept away. You create content because
Oh man, I was going ham with this dude.
I sense a great darkness.
You are my vessel, and everything you've created will be mine. Your acolytes, your apprentices, and your mighty order will fall.
I have endured your corruption of my other students. You shall not have this one.
I won't leave you. Not this time.
Then you will die braver than most.
I was beginning to believe I knew who you were behind that mask. But it's impossible. My master could never be as vile as you.
Your nobility has blinded you. Even these beasts recognize what you were oblivious to, human. Come then, warrior. Have your resolution.
That's my boy, Chief.
The knowledge
The knowledge.
will be mine.
It's not done.
Reclamation has already begun.
Shit! It's too good. You gotta listen to it. Oh, that song, baby. That song. The temple. The temple. You guys know. I don't F around, dude. That's what it was. It was the channel trailer. It was my channel trailer. You know. And so that character that's saying, the knowledge will be mine, and then all the other characters that I love, there's Revan, of course. Oh man, yeah, there's Revan, there's Treya, Satele, all these characters, and they're all kind of like leading up to fighting this character that is trying to take over everything, But yeah, man, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, man. You should make more of these. Yeah, the problem is I have so many. Like I was showing you guys, it's just the outlet isn't there right now because we do lore stuff, we do discussions, we do reactions. I can do this, but I can't execute it to the level that I want to until we grow. I love sharing it with you guys. I love sharing it, And the thing is, too, is only now, mind you, this was created back in 2018. In 2018, I created that. And only now in 2025 is it getting appreciated, because I have you guys, So I used to sit there and watch that and get really depressed at like 3 o'clock in the morning and thinking that I just did something like people didn't like it, it was trash, it was garbage, So I swept it away. I removed it from my channel and stuff like that. I think the Rey one that I did got like 1,000 views. The depression video that I did for Skywalkers got like 2,000 views. I haven't shown you guys that yet. That is different. But yeah, Skywalker Academy, I'm pretty sure you understand because, when you do that stuff, you put in the time, and no one's watching it. But with the algorithms, bro, the algorithms are lying to you. It's deceiving you. Because look at that. Everybody in the chat here had something amazing to say about it. I'm sure you can find that audience is out there. There's a venue full of people that are waiting for you to talk or tell them something, So, but yeah. We're going to do it, man. We're going to do it. But let's get into the bad takes. Let's get into the bad takes. So I want you guys to talk about the bad takes. All the bad takes that you've been thinking about. Let's freaking go. Let's get into it. And I just got to say thank you guys for making me feel special as fuck today. So thank you. So I'll go first. I think one of the worst takes I've ever heard in Star Wars is talking about how you're not a hardcore fan if you don't read the books and play the video games and read the comics. The one thing I have to say about that, I don't think that is correct. I think that's a little disrespectful, because what if people don't like books? What if people don't like comics? What if people don't play video games? But they've watched Revenge of the Sith 10,000 times. What if they've watched the original trilogy 1,000,000 times? You know, what if they know so much about how Star Wars was created, but they don't care about the expanded universe and the lore? I don't think understanding or asking them for a resume and a cover letter of how many books that they've read from the continuity of 40 plus years is an accurate assessment of their passion, how much they love the franchise. I think there are so many other things that go into loving Star Wars, and that includes watching the movies, knowing like how important the first Star Wars ever was, knowing how crazy of an inventor George Lucas was, literally creating the first editing software. You know, like, there's a lot of things that I think go into it, and I just when I hear those people say you're not a real fan if you don't read the books and comics, I just cringe, you know, just as much as people cringe at me, you know. So that's probably one of the worst Star Wars takes I think I've ever heard. Absolutely. You know, that's why I tune into your channel streams, man. Always love your videos, man. I'm glad that you're here, man. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are watching those shorts, man. The shorts are getting so good. Like, I'm slowly starting to understand like how to do it better and better, and it's only gonna get better, guys, because I am one book away, and I'll probably have to talk about Mendez with this when I see him again. But I only need one more book to complete New Jedi Order. It's all back there, but I'm literally missing Traitor. That is the only New Jedi Order book, and I can finally dive into this. Ugh, for 1,000 years, Korriban is ours again. Welcome home, master. Your shorts are full of that knowledge. Love that. Hey, man, I'm so glad you guys enjoy it. I love seeing you guys in the chat and commenting on it, man. It's so cool to see you guys there, seriously. There is a shit ton of Star Wars lore. Yes, there is a bunch, man. You cannot fault someone not knowing stuff. I cannot tell you how oversaturated a lot of the Knights of the Old Republic lore is, specifically about Revan and Nihilus, right? But then if I talk about Matrix Zurg, or if I talk about Nomi Sunrider, or if I talk about Odan those same people that talk about how they don't read comics, or excuse me, those same people that always talk about how you need to be a hardcore fan if you don't read books and comics, they have no idea who Odan is. They have no idea who Nomi Sunrider is. They have no idea who Jory and Dav Daragon are. Like, what are you talking about? You know? And again, there's 40 plus years of Star Wars expanded universe. Not everybody's going to know it. You know, even Pablo Hidalgo and everybody else up there, they have source books that they're literally trying to figure out everything. I just saw a behind the scenes where Dave Filoni is trying to figure out if a character died, how he died, and Pablo Hidalgo's got like 6 different source books. Oh yeah, it says right here he was last used in this and then died on that, so you can use him in that story. So, hey man, everybody's looking up something, you know. I can't get enough of the knowledge. Hell yeah, man, that's what it's about. Let's go. Because, you know, Logan isn't here, and then Tazzy isn't here. I just see him. I was just talking about him. Yeah, there's some people that, like, I've been talking to a lot recently in DMs on Discord, and the Star Wars channel was has kind of evolved into this Star Wars facts. And I don't mean like, oh, did you know that George Lucas? No, it's more so like, I want to debunk things. You know, I want to show you, like, I've always wanted to show you, like, the exact page, the chapter, the book, legends or canon, right? And I've always wanted to use that emphasis on, I don't know, proving other people wrong or showing the exact facts, you know, because there's a lot of stuff that gets completely messed up and destroyed and unfiltered and exaggerated and lied about, you know. So yeah, you know, it's really frustrating when someone will come to me about, oh yeah, Mace Windu used the dark side. It's like, no, that is not true. That's definitely not true, you know. Or yeah, Nihilus is like the strongest Sith Lord ever. No, that's not true either, bro. You know. So I get it. He's cool as hell, man. We love to glaze him, but no, you know, this is about what's real and not what we heard in some, you know, TikTok video or something. Yeah, man. I was trying to text, but it's not going through, I guess. It's good. 1 second, guys. When I'm streaming, do you guys ever think that your stuff is not being noticed? Tazzy just told me that the chat isn't showing up, like his messages isn't showing up. I say you're a fan no matter what. You like Legends, great. Canon, great. It's no big deal. Yeah, that's how I feel too, 100%. You know, I do think though that like, I saw something recently about like, oh, you know, people that only like Star Wars for lightsabers and the Force is stupid. But like, dude, come on, man. Like, why? If the only thing that I like is Star Wars, and the only thing that I like about Star Wars, if the only thing that I like about Star Wars is lightsabers and the Force, why are you trying to take that away from me? Why are you trying to make me feel guilty that I like lightsabers and the Force? That's the whole thing that got me started on this journey. Now I'm not allowed to like it, or I'm not allowed to be sad or not be interested in a show because it doesn't have what I like. It's the same thing with like if Skeleton Crew comes out, you know, that is clearly for a certain type of Star Wars fan. I'm not going to shit on anybody for liking it. Why are you shitting on me because Andor doesn't have lightsabers in the Force? You know, I do not understand that mentality. Why are we attacking each other like that, man? It's so crazy. Are you upset because Andor is not the most popular Star Wars show and isn't making $1 billion? Because if you are, I am too. But don't take it out on me or other people like me because you just look like an asshole, you know? I don't understand that, you know? It's not like, it's not for me. It's not like I'm hating it. It's not like I'm trashing it, or it's not like I'm trying to take away your happiness. It's just not something that I'm able to enjoy as much as the other person. That's it, you know? Definitely. Skywalker Academy says, so a bad take I hear a lot, gets on my nerves, is that Mace Windu hated and was jealous of Anakin Skywalker. The Mace Windu hate is absolutely crazy. I think the Mace Windu hate these days is so out of hand. It's mainly because of hardcore Anakin Skywalker fans. Like myself, I'm a huge Anakin Skywalker fan. But the problem most Anakin Skywalker fans is that they absolutely, for some reason, completely deny all of his mistakes. They have no self-awareness whatsoever, and I think that is really scary how often they're able to ignore all of Anakin's flaws and they just blame it on the Jedi, or they'll blame it on something else, you know? Mace Windu, I feel like, gets a lot of that blame. He's the giant scapegoat because in the movies, yeah, he's depicted as kind of an asshole, you know? And the person that I feel like he's an asshole the most to is Anakin Skywalker. But when you read the Revenge of the Sith novelization, I don't think it's like that at all. Mace Windu admits that Anakin Skywalker is the chosen one in that novel. Mace Windu sees Anakin as like the most precious and unstable thing in all of the Force in the galaxy. He literally mentions Anakin as like the ticking time bomb of the Force, and that could do damage either way, you know? And I think Anakin Skywalker was the problem child. And I don't think anyone would have a problem with admitting that, even Anakin Skywalker fans, because Anakin Skywalker is one of the most complicated characters in all of cinema, you know? But yeah, I don't like the Mace Windu hate. I think a Mace Windu hate is kind of a red flag for me, and especially, yeah, it's gotta go, man. We gotta stop attacking Mace Windu and start blaming the real person, Palpatine. We should shift our hatred from Mace Windu directly into Palpatine. I think it's about that time, because Darth Sidious does not get enough hate. For reals, man. David Torres says, have you seen 12 minutes of uncut footage of Episode 2? No. What is that? From Attack the Clones? What you talking about? What are we talking about? You gotta let me know, fam. Yeah, please. Roku says, Star Wars is a story that is for all, not just a specific type of person. Yes, exactly. I mean, that's why I think Star Wars is still like one of the most influential franchises, because everybody loves it. Even if they hate it, they still love it. Skywalker Academy says, oh, I hate when people say that, especially after Andor Season 1. Yes, exactly. Hello Bear says, I've one view that anyone can have their own canon and that they enjoy whatever Star Wars they like. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's how I feel. Like, that's why I love headcanon, you know? Andor Season 2, right? Here we go. Here's a really big headcanon thing for me. Kleia is walking into the forest on Yavin, and she's at this point where she feels like she has no friends. She has no allies. Everything to her is gone. To me, that is the spirit of Exar Kun isolating her and fixating on her, because she may not be a Force sensitive, but that does not mean that the Force is not with her. That does not mean that she's not connected to the Force. I feel like Exar Kun is, in my head, feeling her sadness, feeling her depression, feeling her pain, feeling her mourning, you know? And why wouldn't Exar Kun try to manipulate her from the spirit of beyond? This is, you know, thousands of years after Exar Kun, at least in our heads, in the Dark Apprentice book, would absolutely have sent someone like that at that time. Why couldn't have been someone like Kleia? That's fine. You know, well, why didn't he do it to Leia and Luke? Yeah, I mean, sure. They weren't ready yet. Kleia was. Kleia had been fighting that fight for a long time. I think that is pretty good headcanon for me, you know. And you know who saves her? Who saves her? Someone else. Someone else on the rebellion, you know. And I think that's beautiful. It's like, you're so close. You're so close to dipping into that sadness. And then, Exar Kun, damn it. I almost had them. I love that. Like, I think that is so Star Wars, and it's so mystical, you know? It's in my headcanon, and it'll stay in my headcanon, you know? And I have several other moments like that I think are also amazing, you know? It enhanced the movie for me. Very fanficky, probably, but I don't care. I enjoy it. So Ryoko says, okay, here's one. It doesn't make me cringe, but in context of Star Wars, Sabine should have seen... Sabine should have never been Force sensitive. The Force flows through all beings. Sabine should have never been Force sensitive. The Force flows through all living beings. So you don't like that Sabine is a Jedi, essentially? Because I don't know. I feel like, oh, you do like it. Oh, you do like it. Okay, so did I read it wrong? Did I read it wrong? Sabine should have never been Force sensitive. The Force flows through all things. Oh, okay. So what you're saying is you don't like how people are saying that Sabine should have never been Force sensitive. I agree. I think that if you watch Star Wars Rebels, it's right there. You know? Yeah, no, 100%. I actually made a video on that because I just couldn't... Like, George Lucas himself was always a big proprietor. He was always a big, like, supporter of, like, everybody's connected to the Force, you know? Yeah. No, Palp say he's the GOAT. Okay, so let me see. Tazzy, if you... All right, so what I'll say is, Tazzy, for now, if you're listening and you're still in here, type in the Discord in our personal Discord between our DMs and tell me your bad take. So until I figure out what's wrong, I don't know if you're like, I don't know if like you're muted or something. I don't know. I'll have to go and check. I'll have to go and see what's happening in the next thing. But for now, at least, if you want to get your bad take, let me know. I made a video about that a while ago because I also did not like how people were attacking Sabine for being Force sensitive. This has nothing to do about like my opinion on the execution or whether or not she should have been a Jedi. But if you watch Star Wars Rebels, I felt like it's right there. Like Kanan literally says, like, no, it's not that. Everybody is connected to the Force, but Sabine is blocked. She's a Mandalorian. She's stubborn as hell. She needs to open herself up. So that's been set up for a very long time. Like a long time, you know? Should it have happened in Ahsoka? I don't know. Should it have happened the way it happened? I don't know. Should it have happened as fast as it should have? I don't know. But I also think, this is why I love the Ahsoka series, and it's my favorite. Not the best. It is my favorite. That does not mean it is the best. I can love something and it be my favorite even though it has flaws, okay? And I acknowledge that. I understand that. Just judge me any way you want, but understand, I know that it has flaws and it's not the best. But Ahsoka even says, using the Force is about dedication and skill, and you need a good master. Sabine had all three. She had Ahsoka, who was Anakin Skywalker's learner, okay? Sabine was also a Mandalorian who was already insanely talented, who was a collector of things and was a fantastic artist, which is expression. And you need to be connected to yourself and expressing yourself. And she was a great warrior. She built bombs that literally almost killed her entire race, her entire clans. That's like on the level of a pilot of Luke Skywalker, you know? Like, I don't understand why people have that problem that she could be Force sensitive. Should she be as Force sensitive that they show her, like pushing Ezra Bridger into into Thrawn's Chimera Star Destroyer? That is a great debate, and I would also say no, I don't think so. But to say that she couldn't be Force sensitive, I can't agree with that. She definitely can be. On what level? That's a better debate. That's a better take, in my opinion. By the way, I don't hate Mace, just fans. Yes, no hate Mace. Also, I saw someone say Plo thrashes Vader. Oh my god, I've seen that too. Yes, that's Tazzy coming from the Discord. So, I've seen a lot of stuff about people talking about how Plo was like one of the greatest duelists. And I hear you. I understand, but there is no way in hell Plo is beating Mace Windu. He's not beating Anakin. He's not beating Yoda. He's not beating Vader. He's not beating Palpatine. Like, I hear you. I understand, but it's not close, guys. It's not close. It's not, man. I'm sorry. I can't agree with that. No hate towards him, man. But like, there are levels to this, and Plo is not a part of it, you know. David Torres says, so do you think Chirrut Inua could have learned the Force if he has a master? But does he have the skill? He's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. And he's extremely spirited. But skill, I think, has a lot to do with it, you know? You could be 6'8". You could be fast as hell. You could be strong AF. But that doesn't mean you can throw the ball 70 yards. That doesn't mean that you can, you know, make every single shot in basketball. That doesn't mean you have fast reaction time. That doesn't mean you have great balance. That doesn't mean you have a high IQ. That to me is like genetics and skill, you know? That's why they talk about prodigies and stuff like that. Can Chirrut use the Force? Sure. Can he lift rocks to that point? I don't think so. You know? I think, I don't know. You know, we only saw Chirrut for like a little bit. Maybe, sure. If he was trained younger and had that discipline, sure. He's a monk. So he has some type of discipline and dedication and skill, philosophy, you know? But not everybody has that teacher like a Jedi, you know? I mean, how does... To me, I don't know. Chirrut had to have lived around Jedi. He's from Jeddah, right? You know, or he's around Jeddah. He's you know, one of the the monks of Kyber, you know. So there has to be some type of religion that went into that, and some type of Jedi philosophy. And he's still not a Jedi? He's still not a Force sensitive? It sounds like he lacked somewhere, you know? Was it an M count? Was it something like that? I don't know. That's a harder one to decipher, because it seems like he had more tools to utilize than Sabine did, and he didn't turn out as a Force sensitive. It's kind of like this, how I see. I'm a big sports fan, right? So you're a college quarterback. You play at the highest level. Let's say Alabama, okay? That's a great school. You have so many incredible people around you, right? But just because you play with all these studs all around you that are amazing 10 out of 10s does not mean when you go into the NFL that you're also going to be a dog. That being around all those amazing people could have nerfed your skill, because now you're going to have to deal with scrubs and other people that are not the best of the best. So you're really going to see how good of a quarterback you are. You know, you could be amazing, but you also could be complete shit because you were playing with a handicap because you always had the best around you and you never really learned to play the game and struggle, you know. It's I guess it's the luck of the draw, you know. It really is. That's what I feel like. Yeah, but that's just how I view it. I gotta watch that. That's unheard of. Yeah, I gotta see that. I don't know, David Torres. I'll have to see. Yes, Mace tells Obi-Wan to trust Anakin's training. Really? This is an Attack of the Clones? I'll have to see that. I did not know that was a thing. Og says, I read a take about how Malgus would destroy Vader easily. Interesting. So, personally, I'm a huge Malgus fan. I'm also a huge Vader fan. I think Malgus gives Vader a run for his money. Do I think Malgus wins? No, I don't think Malgus wins. But I think Malgus is taking Vader last hit, last stock. Like, I think it's going to the end round, 1 HP. Like, Vader is on that, you know, Pokemon 1 HP music. You're going to have to take him to the Poke Center after that, you know? Because Malgus is a beast. Don't get it twisted. Malgus is very powerful, man. Malgus is one of the only Old Republic characters on like 4 people that I would take to fight in the New Jedi Order, in the prequel, in the time of the original trilogy. Outside of that, I would probably bring Satele. I'm not going to use Vitiate, and you guys know I think Nihilus is completely just overrated. I don't think he's that strong. But I'm taking Satele, I'm taking Malgus, I'm taking Revan, and I'm probably taking... See, Old Republic? Yeah, I'm taking Exar Kun. You know, I'm taking Exar Kun. Those are the 4 that I would probably bring. I wouldn't, Bane to me is not Old Republic. Bane to me is, not Old Republic. He's at the end of that era, right on the new of, High Republic. You know, it's right before all this stuff. It's mid-Republic. And not in terms of bad story. It's in the middle Republic, you know. I do think Malgus is a better duelist, but the Force diff... don't... No, he's there, man. If it was... Let's say this is a scale of 1 to 10, right? I would say that Vader is an 8.8, right? On the Richter scale of Sith Lords from the Old Republic to Return of the Jedi. Vader to me is an 8.8, maybe an 8.9. Malgus to me is an 8.6 or an 8.7. It is that close to me. I think I disagree with you all about Nihilus and Vitiate, but I don't know. Yeah, no, I mean, we will talk about Nihilus Leon in greater depth, but I can tell you right now, man, he didn't really consume that many planets. He can't consume all planets. He can only really consume planets that are high in Force sensitivity. And the power that he uses to consume those planets, he has no control over. He doesn't even know how to use it properly. There are several characters that have survived, including Traya and his apprentice. Visismar, like, I don't know, like, he's cool as hell. And his power, consuming planets, is a power that is going to get glazed, you know? But when your own creator and writer is telling you that you're not as strong as characters that were created in 1995, then there's a problem. And that's not something I could overlook. If Chris Avellone, the creator of Darth Nihilus, never said anything about that and we were all sitting here glazing him, I would have to just submit to the glaze. But he himself has stated he's not stronger than Naga Sadow. Naga Sadow is not stronger than Frida Nad, and Frida Nad is not stronger than Exar Kun. Like, dude, those are 3 Sith right there that are stronger than Nihilus. And we haven't even got to people like Vader and Sidious yet, or Vitiate, you know? Like, we haven't even got to Revan, or some of these, we haven't even got to Traya, or Malik in the Star Forge, you know? Like, those are all characters that are probably destroying Nihilus, because they are more intelligent, they are better duelists, they're just better Force sensitives, you know? Nihilus to me is a character that did not receive his power through his own training and understanding. He received his power through an accident. And I don't understand why people don't realize how weak that is, you know? But I understand the glaze, man. Because this guy is cool as shit. He's cool as hell. I got merch of him. Even though I talk and I dumb down his powers, he's still cool as hell. So I understand. What about Revan versus Vader? Vader's winning. Vader's beating Revan. It's not like, oh my god, Vader stomps. No, like, dude, Revan is a dog. Revan is that dude. But we're talking about both characters in their prime. Vader's winning. Vader is a beast, guys. Stop sleeping on movie characters. These characters are supposed to be like the best the Order has ever produced. That's why they're in the movies. You know, they're movie characters, so they have plot and other things, and George Lucas bolstering them, you know. They don't have video games and expanded universe material bolstering them as much. But Revan is very strong. Revan is extremely tactical. Like, you have Thrawn and Palpatine, and then you have Revan, in my opinion. That is how incredibly tactical Revan is. And that's an intelligence that you have to bring, you know? So I think that on alone is exactly why he's probably taking Vader and giving Vader a good fight. But he's not winning. They're both extremely gifted, but Vader is winning, in my opinion. Any sound Star Wars fan, I believe, is picking Vader. Anyone that is a Old Republic fanboy that loves the Old Republic more is going to pick Revan. And that's fine. That's okay. I understand. But I just feel like at the end of the day, they're lying to themselves, you know? Because video game mechanics do not dictate the power of a character. Palps 1000. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Skywalker Academy says, Nihilus trip goes so hard every day, man. So could Nihilus drain Vitiate's Sith Empire? I'd argue yes, but with extreme difficulty. I don't think so. No, because I feel like Vitiate would destroy Nihilus. I actually think Vitiate would destroy Nihilus pretty easily. I think Nihilus would probably get away with doing certain things, but I think there's a point in which Vitiate would probably just put an end to it pretty quickly. The same way that I think Palpatine would put an end to it pretty quickly. You know, and all these characters got this from Palpatine. Darth Nihilus was not the first character to destroy planets. Sidious was. Sidious was the first person to destroy planets and absorb people back in 1994 or 1995 when the Dark Empire series came out. So everybody has been looking over that detail. It's been really crazy to deal with. But Nihilus is cool. The Old Republic is really cool. And so a lot of people just kind of hate the movie characters. So that stuff always gets overlooked. But that's why you got me. And you got people like my boy, all my boys, Logan, Legends, and everybody else inside the chat. Tazzy, I wish you were talking. Mendez, everybody, and of course everybody that's always talking here, man. Okay, so I've gone a little over today. All right, any more bad takes that you guys want to talk about before we stop? So look up some tuber called Rebel Clone, 12 minutes of uncut footage from Attack of the Clones. I'll have to check that out. Sick. I'll have to check that out. Yeah. Really? Okay. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. Og. Tori says, where do you rank Master Soul compared to like Maul or Dooku? From the Acolyte, right? So Master Soul, I think, is a very good Jedi. I think he's pretty strong. So let's say Vader is at the top of this list. So let's say Vader is the best, right? This is just a measuring stick. Vader is the best. Maul and so Dooku is like a little bit beyond half. Maul is like in the middle. And then we'll put like Asajj Ventress at the bottom of that list, right? I would probably think Soul is a little bit on the level of Maul. I would probably put him there. Dooku is the next one up, and I really think that the Stranger is probably on that Dooku level, because the Dooku was handling business. Stranger was handling business. Remember now, Stranger fought like all the Jedi, and also had to fight Soul, right? And then he got tired, and then Soul was like kind of dipping into the dark side in a little bit, just from the way he was looking. So he was getting that bolster. But so I think Maul and Soul are probably around the same level. That's Smilo Ren, yes. Smilo Ren, baby, with the gun show, yes. Smilo. That's my dude, man. Yeah, Smilo is pretty strong. I don't think he's like... I don't think he could beat Dooku. In strictly dueling, I don't think he could beat Dooku. But we haven't seen a lot of him yet. He's very good, though. Very, very good. Very gifted. Yeah. Another bad take, in my opinion, is that Maul fight against Obi-Wan in Rebels was bad. I thought it was great. He took Qui-Gon's stance. Yeah, exactly. So I don't think that's... I think that's a bad take, that it's not a good thing. Yeah, the Star Wars Rebels fight with Maul is, I think, masterful. I think a lot of people say they don't like it because it wasn't high action like you were so used to seeing with the prequels. You know, and the thing about Rebels, too, is, like, dude, there's a lot of really great episodes in there. There's a lot of bad episodes in there, but there's a lot of really great stuff in Star Wars Rebels. But I think the reason why people say that episode didn't have the great choreography or didn't have a great duel was because they wanted to see it in live action. That was probably what Kenobi should have been about. That's honestly my take. I really feel like Kenobi should have been about Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan, and Maul finding out that there is a chosen one, a new, Luke Skywalker is there. That probably should have been the plot, but that happened in animation, so you can't take that away, because if you do take that away, then what are you saying about animation in general? It's not something that can be taken seriously if you retcon it, right? So, yeah, that's how I feel about that. Yeah, so I think that's it for today, guys. Please continue watching the shorts. You guys were freaking awesome today, man. It's been so fun with you guys. I really appreciate everything. Shorts are always Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then of course I have the podcast with the Starlight homies that are really cool. Do you guys want me to bring some of them on the show on the stream sometime? Is that going to be okay? I want to make sure that I prove with you guys. Maybe we won't do like all three of us. Maybe we'll do like one at a time. It'll just be like I'll bring on Connor, and then I'll bring on Daddy Sheev. And then maybe we'll do like a whole thing, just in case, if you guys really like it. But they're really cool. They really like the chat. They like all of you guys. That's the only reason why they even asked to be a part of this. They love the community. So you guys are making some good impressions, which is pretty sick. So yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. Yeah, bring it. All right. More homies. Let's freaking go. Oh, before I go, I gotta show you guys. I bought this right around the movie when it came out, and I finally got it. So I had to show you guys. Let's go. I'm thinking about putting it right here, so you guys can always see it. so it's always there. But yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Man, I still have so much to show you guys. I'll have to show you guys next week. That's got to be some. No, it wasn't too crazy. But then again, I don't really spend a lot. I literally just pay my bills and then buy Star Wars shit. So, you know, yeah, it's I don't know, man. That's Revenge of the Sith, man. That's like my favorite movie. Then it was the anniversary. You know, I don't know, man. It's I don't know. It's the experience, guys. There's gonna be things in life that happen to you that you're never gonna want to forget. You know, so why not get that picture? You know, put it on the wall. Remember it. You know, you only live once. You know. All right, guys. You know how it is. Coming into the Dark Temple, visited by Mara Jade, Luke Skywalker, and Kyle Katarn, and so many of the Force sensors like yourself. I'm Lord Dagovere, and I'll see you around. Deuces.